my fiery Sagittarians. Welcome to your reading for June 2020. I was going to say 2019, so maybe look back a year, see what happened on, if you can remember. Did I? Yeah, I said June. Jeez. Anyway, welcome to your reading. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is for those who are your guides intuitively brought you here. Don't worry about the time, the day. It could be 6 months from now. It's when, your guides will nudge you to your messages, to your signs, your GPS, when you're ready, when you're open, right? So don't worry about that. These are timeless. Anyway, you may be in love with the Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is fiercely independent. So it can be hard, let's be honest, to love a Sagittarius. But that doesn't make them great partners. It doesn't make them not great partners. It's just that you need to give them, I don't know, it's kind of like a Virgo, a sense of space, like some space. Or when you try to stifle an idea, that's not going to happen with the Sagittarius. So that's what I love about you. And it's no bars hold. So I feel like what I want to do is I want to start with the Psychic Tarot for you. I've been using this in the last couple of readings, but particularly for you, I feel like I want to read these. I always invite your spirit guides in to work with mine if they are in very protected, high energy, unconditional love, to bring us what we need to hear. And usually, if we need to hear it, it just means it's going to bring us to somewhere better, right? One more shuffle. Feel free to ask for signs of illumination if you feel like you need to, but this is the type of reading where you just want to let yourself go, clear your mind, and just go with the flow. It can show a particular story, but you might, it may not be your exact circumstances, but you feel yourself in that energy. Within it, just understand it's showing it. It's like an underlying message. I don't know what to call it. Let's begin. It's a very low energy day, and I was almost going to skip your reading today, but then I just feel called to it. Almost like your reading is going to increase my energy. Like, no, Sandy, don't put it off. It's what you need. So we'll see. So we open up with sacrifice, but we have it in the reverse. Oh. These all can't be in reverse. We have suffering in silence. And you know what? I have a feeling my whole deck was in reverse. So I'm going to turn these back around. We'll read the energy anyways. It doesn't really matter. We have disruption. So we have the Tower. And then we have temptation after that. I can tell you right away, for some of you, this is talking about a potential addiction. I don't know, maybe we should get rid of that name. And it may be something that you've been fighting with, you're tied to it. And it doesn't even have to be an addiction. It can be an addiction to a person too, because I feel like, before I even take any more cards, I feel like someone keeps getting pulled back to something that they're tied to. And it's It doesn't bring joy. It may bring the thought of joy for a second, but there's no joy here, because what it does is it keeps you in the Nine of Swords energy, and that's a very anxious, you know, like if I'm an addict, that's like I need to go find it, you know, where is it type of energy. But one more thing I'm noticing it is my energy, my thoughts. You know, I'm believing some of my thoughts, they're false, right? They're false. So some false thoughts keep pulling you back to the energy of the Tower. False thoughts about yourself, number one, and I feel like it's about your strength. You know, I feel like someone just looks out into the world and I see pretty much nothing. Like I look out to the world and I'm sorry, this feels a little, this is going to be deep, but that's okay because we're going to work through it. That I know. Anyway, I feel like I'm looking out into the world and it's like destruction. It's like after the storm. But that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm imagining. That's what I'm assuming is there. And that's the thoughts, right? It's almost like Satan being in your head, telling you that's what it's like if you don't, you know, maybe if you don't make some type of sacrifice. So you're in this reoccurring type of energy, right? It keeps bringing the Tower back. I want to say something, you know, I am certainly no expert on anything, but the one thing I feel here is the energy of it is in my thoughts. Now, my body could be physically addicted to something, but my body will recover. It's my thoughts where that's the root of the problem, because even in the darkness, I'm seeing the light. So this is far from a lost cause, though it may feel that way. But even in the darkness, I am seeing your light. Not my light, your light. Right? And, you know, we got a 9. What's I talked about? Where's your focus going? Where's your focus, right? So here, I'm looking out at a world of just destruction. Here, even in that same darkness, I'm seeing a light. No matter how tiny, I'm seeing it. It is going to require me of giving something up. Someone up. Something has to go that, listen, is not good for you anyway. That is for sure. For some of you, it's simply a Capricorn. But I feel like this is a reoccurring type of thing. Someone's definitely feeling like an outsider. You know, I'm seeing the 9, and all of a sudden I'm seeing all teens, 12, 16, 15. And the 9 seems to be standing alone. And again, that's the energy of suffering and silence. It's the 9 of Swords is what it is. We have patience and planning. So I gotta, you know, here I am telling you that it's your thoughts, right? But it's a particular type of thought. It's like a virus within your brain, right? But you can fight this virus, is what it's saying. You can fight it. You don't have to accept it. Within the Tower here, I feel like that's just accepting this is just going to be my life, right? But there's that light. And I feel like what it's saying is, you know, this may not be something that moves quickly, but it's like, put a plan of action together. Put a plan of action together. Even if you can't write it down, put it in your head. And that's what you concentrate on. When these dark energies starts to come in, get this list down, like, you know, number 1, boom, number 2, boom, number 3, boom. Darkness starts to seep into my head. Wait a minute, I'm going to think about that list. What was 1? Boom. What was 2? Boom. And you kind of transfer your energy. But it's definitely the energy of there's a way out, right? I just have to plan it. I have to be smart about it. I have to want it. I definitely have to want it. I feel like what it's saying is don't expect miracles overnight, but expect miracles. Look at that. Trapped in fear. This is the 8 of Swords coming directly under the 9 of Swords. So, this 8 of Swords is important here because what it's saying is this is something that's self-created. Now, I know that doesn't take away the pain, but it is self-created. And what does the 9 of Swords tell us? It tells us that we're worrying about things that don't even exist. Like, we are seeing the world in one way, but we're not seeing reality. Here it is over here. You know, maybe this is only focusing on bad. You know, and if it's an addiction, I can't live without it. But the truth of the matter is you can, right? And people do, and, you know, there's recovery stories all the time. This 8 of Swords is about an armor that I put around myself, right? I'm protecting myself from the world. I'm protecting my, you know, it's almost like, I feel like here in this reading, what it's saying is, I feel like someone is accepting their life just the way it is. Even though the Tower and the Devil are here. It's almost like I'm giving in, and I don't mean that in a, how do I mean that? I mean that as in, well, I'm surrendering to this type of energy. But it's showing you that you don't have to, right? There's a way out. The 8 of Swords is self-created. You created it, so now you can uncreate it. Just be wise, right? Put a plan of action. No matter how long it takes, right? It's saying to have patience here. No matter how long it takes, keep focusing on that. Here is the light, so I know the light will grow, and eventually that light will overtake the Tower. It'll put an end to it. Let's keep going. Look at that, 16, 15, 7, 8. So I feel like maybe we can start climbing the mountain. I don't know. I don't like where the 8 is at. We have the 4 of Pentacles. So that's your foundation. That's what's under the Tower, your foundation. You know, many of you, this is your jobs. This is what I thought was going to be. But it's under the Tower. You know, maybe the fear is staying within this energy because I feel like you want to leave it, to be honest. Especially going from the 8 directly down to the 4. So the 4 of Pentacles is a pretty strong energy card. It's, you know, my foundation is strong, right? But here comes this Tower, and it shows you otherwise. You thought you were strong. 16 down to 4. Wow. So, pretty strong. And, you know, I know it's like, I don't know, what's the word I want to use? Seven to 8. I start planning. I start the process, but then I get nervous. I get anxious, and those walls come back up. Your cards are coming out slow, but I think they're meant to. So it's like we're doing card by card. We have love begins. Man, I'm getting a lot of readings this month about taking a good hard look at the people that we're loving in our lives, or that, let's say, have been wasting a lot of our lives away, because it's clearly showing for some of you this is a round and round and around and around with someone. Okay, with someone. And it's horrible energy that it puts you in, but yet you're drawn to it anyway. I feel you being drawn to it. It may require you to leave the home that you're living in, and maybe that feels overwhelming. But patience and planning, what is that telling you? It's telling you, you know, here you are sitting here anyways in that energy. Well, take a little time in that energy and start planning. We have fulfillment of wishes. Look at that. Look at that. So I make this sacrifice, which I believe is the strength card, to be honest. I don't know. I don't even really care. But number 12 is like ringing very strong to me, like very, I don't know, very, like I've got this, I can do this, a very knowing type of energy. But the energy it has to fight is the Nine of Swords. And that is like overthinking, that is thinking there's no way out, that's thinking, you know, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It turns into like true depression, and then it makes it harder and harder and harder to make that plan, right? Because it's right by this tower. So the planning part, sacrifice, then planning, right? Understanding, sacrifice. I feel like what it's saying, it's the understanding of what it is I've got to let go of, who I've got to let go of. It's that understanding. You know, it's almost now like you're looking at this like, okay, I get it. Looking at that 9 as reflection, right? Like I can easily reflect on this pattern, because this is what it feels like, a pattern. And through that, I can see what I'm doing, right? Because it is you, and I'm not saying somebody else isn't doing something terrible, or something terrible is not happening. But what I'm saying is, do I have any control of this? Well, you're in the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords energy. I mean, yes, it's a change of thought. It's the understanding that something is pulling you to it, but it's not in the highest of energy. It's just not. But nonetheless, so if I'm willing to do that, right, do the work, where does it take me to? Well, we have love begin. So I feel like we're going from one story into another, because I'm feeling this very positive right now. But anyway, fulfillment of wishes. So that's the 9 of Cups. Well, let's think about that. 9 of Cups. For some of you, this is a relationship, because the 9 of Cups is the independent energy, and it's an energy you feel good in anyway. Like you have no problem being alone. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's lonely times, but truth be told, I feel like I have no problem being alone. Right? So I feel like it happens. Awareness. Look at that. So it's almost like a spiritual awakening. A spiritual awakening is happening. And what is it highlighting for me? My head, my thoughts, the way that I thought that others and, you know, and substance and people could control me. You know, that's the way I thought. I see that. Having awareness over that, right over the swords. right over what it's doing to you, and and almost accepting it. That's why patience and planning is here. It's almost like this is the way out. Sometimes you can't end it right away. You can't leave it right away. But keep looking for that light. Planning. Make that plan. If it's in your head, if it's on paper, use that plan as your defense against the temptation. Right? Stay in awareness here. What's it showing? When you are in true awareness, and I feel like that's when I can see things for what they are. I can judge people within a nanosecond. You know what I mean? Like, put them before me. I can tell you that that's a good energy, that's a bad energy. And it's a characteristic that you have, but that's something that has to be nurtured and then, brought to the forefront eventually. And I feel like for you, that's what the awareness is. And what happens at that point? Well, then we have the Nine of Cups. So for some of you, it is, it means that there was a period of time where your cups were not fulfilled. And that's in the 8 and 9 of Swords, where there wasn't any joy. That's the Tower and temptation, right? Maybe I thought there'd be joy, but the joy went away. Again, the awareness, right? I just need the awareness of that. See it for what it truly, really, truly is, right? Because the light is there. And I know that when I focus on that light, I feel like the main thing is figuring out what is the light for you. And you have love begins underneath that. So it may be fantasizing about, a lover that I want, and create a home in your mind, and I don't know. Learn to use your imagination in a positive way. Okay. Anyways, but here's the awareness. It's funny, we go from a 9 to a 1. We have prosperity begins. So the Ace of Pentacles, whoa. We have accelerated motion. Look at that. We're coming under the energy of where I told you to concentrate on that light. Concentrate on love. Now listen, it doesn't even have to be romantic. Just concentrate on love. True love. Allow yourself to feel the love of the universe, right? Where does it put you in? It puts you in a very spiritual type of energy. And it may be focusing on your spirituality. That may be your light. I feel like someone's almost being baptized here. Like I'm being baptized, and I feel like that means I'm a new person here. There's a rainbow behind there, right? And then the accelerated motion, and she's looking directly up. And let's talk about that for a second, because we have the 8 of Swords here now against the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. It's something that's expanding very, very quickly. The 8 of Swords is the opposite of that energy. So with your awareness, now you have the energy, and this is what I'm thinking about. Well, here, thinking is not in a good place. Here, this is building on that light and seeing it and creating it, right? And planning and all of that, even if I'm in the midst of chaos, right? Feeling the love of the universe, seeking seeking my spirituality. This all expands you very, very quickly. And as you expand, it's almost like you explode out of that lesson, whatever that lesson was. Like, boom, you get to explode out of it. Well, let's see what else we have. We have discontentment and boredom. And we have spiritual strength. So, you know, that's discernment. But this is also acceptance. Right? I'm just accepting what is. I'm just accepting what is. Right? Though, chances are, there's something else I'm thinking about, right? It's something else I want. I want my life to be a different way. I want someone else in my life. It's that type of energy, but nonetheless, I'm just going to accept where I am. It's acceptance. It's not acceptance. It's surrendering. It's surrendering to the lower energy, right? So it kind of keeps you in that 4. But this isn't the 4 of Pentacles. This isn't strong. This is water. This is, you know, you can sink or swim type energy. And what's beside it? Spiritual strength. Just look at the image of that. So this is the ability to overcome. But where do I need to go? I need to go within my spirituality. Doesn't mean I don't need to reach out for help. It's just saying that it's your spirituality that's going to help you out of this, right? It's the awareness. And it's seeking it. Remember, seeking it. You know, I think some people call themselves a bad person because of bad things that you're doing, and it seems like they can't help it. And I'm not talking like crime. I just feel like, you know, they want out of it. They want out of it. They're seeking that firm foundation, right? But their head just keeps getting in the way. Definitely, their head keeps getting in the way, but it's saying you can get out of it. What I think about, I bring about. She's looking up at unconditional love, the rainbow. Don't know. Like, I feel like this energy feels so much stronger than this energy, but I got to get there, right? Well, this is saying you have the spiritual strength to get there and understand that you're accepting, you know, number 4 to me, not even number 4, I don't know why I said that, is acceptance, right? I'm not ready to change yet. It's not 5, it's 4. Okay. So we got a lot of cards. We have rest and rejuvenation on the bottom of the deck, which is the 4 of Swords. Talks about healing. You have hope. You have the Star card underneath that. I don't want to go any deeper. That is your dreams, your wishes, right? That is your fulfillments. It's saying in here, fulfillments of wishes. Make that plan. Okay, I'm not going to keep going back. Let's use the crystal vision. I feel like that there's someone who needs to understand that, you know, someone's like, I don't deserve to live a better life. And it's saying you do. Yes, you do. Right? But the energy needs change. But you deserve it all. I feel like more than anything, it's someone's wanting just independence, right? Emotional independence. I don't want to need. But here it is, right? I just have to have the awareness. I need to have the awakening. I just stop listening to these false thoughts. They're coming from dark energy. And it just keeps bringing the tower back. It's like a repeating pattern, but, you know, patience and planning. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Fool. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. So someone definitely wants to leave, perhaps a job. I feel like, and when I say to leave a job, I don't feel like, I feel like, why do I want, why? Well, because I want to take what I know. I want to take what is uniquely mine, right? Because we're all unique. So what's uniquely mine, and I want to perhaps make my pentacles, right? I'm feeling, so it's funny. It's funny because you have like conflicting energies. You have the Fool who's saying, okay, I understand that something's got to go. You have Sacrifice, something's got to go. Why does it seem to be so hard? Because I'm in my head, but I'm in my negative headspace. But you have the energy of wanting to be the Fool, and you feel like there's something you're meant to be doing. You know, and I have to tell you too, I feel like this is like your spirit guides, like boom, like planting these seeds within you to help you. But I don't know that you're absorbing it. You know, it's almost like, are you repelling it within the Eight of Swords? It's like, nope, I created this nothing and no one and no spirit, nothing can touch me. And what it's saying again, I know, I feel like I'm repeating it again, but with my own awareness, my awareness of a journey that maybe I keep repeating, and then of what I want, you know, that light in the dark of what I feel like I'm meant to be doing. And some of you is walking away from a job. And all I can say is what it's doing is it's showing the energy that it creates. All right, we have the Knight of Cups coming over the tower. Not a good place. We have Three of Wands. Well, that's exactly what it feels like. And I have to say, I feel like the Knight of Wands, his back is against your back. So I feel like there's just someone who, and maybe I want to love, I don't know, but I have to tell you, I feel like this is someone who is pretty, I feel two things here. You know, like bringing it back again, and you're feeling like, well, this is the one it's meant to be, right? Maybe that's this person saying that, I'm the one it's meant to be. But there's another part of you that say, no, there's something else. There's something else I want in life, right? I want to create. And, you know, I want to create what? Anything. You know, anything. Because even though his back is to you, you have the Three of Wands energy over this darkness. And I feel like, and it's funny, she's got this light. What is it? Her lantern? I don't know. But what it's saying is, you know what? Stop looking at the finish line and just look at the beginning. Look at step 1 and then step 2 and then step 3. Because you'll get to where you need or you want to go. Right? And it's a sign of optimism, belief, passion. And I'm feeling that back here. So it's like two separate roads, two separate journeys. Which do I want to take? You know, and truth be told, no one can make that decision but you. And that might be what's driving you crazy. Like, why can't someone else just do it? Anyway, let's keep going. We have the King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Potentially. Doesn't have to be. And it's funny, it's coming over the energy of Capricorn. So for some of you, I know it is a Capricorn. So, you know, I don't know. We have this King of Pentacles. And I'm seeing this as a couple different ways. I think for some of you, this is the person that maybe keeps coming back, but I feel for someone else, you're thinking about this King of Pentacles. And you're thinking, and listen, to me, the King of Pentacles can be many things. It can be a person. And what it's supposed to represent in the light, it's funny, he is touch in the dark, though. But he's got all this light around him. So maybe he's been in the dark, and now he's in the light. Anyway, this is someone who can create a very strong foundation. This is the energy of loyalty and what I can count on, right? You know, what's the flip side of that? The flip side is maybe I don't carry a lot of water with me. So how do I show love? I show love in my action, that type of thing. And I feel like you're looking at them in a different way. Almost like I'm now turning my back against this person who keeps coming in. And I'm looking out. Right? I'm seeing the light out, and I know it's step by step, and eventually I'll get there. And I do feel like for a lot of you, it is to this King of Pentacles. And it doesn't matter the sign, but I feel like this King of Pentacles and you both have walked through the dark night of the soul, right? So you both can you both had major challenges that you had to overcome, and here is, you know, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he does. And I feel like you are, or you did, or you will. But stop looking at what's the finish line. We have the King of Cups. So that is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Some of you, you know, touching the card of sacrifice. And, you know, these words are really standing out to me. So I don't know if this is someone that needs to be sacrificed. And, you know what I mean? Like, you've got, not that you've got to leave, but again, let's see what comes out with it. Because now we're about to really move into your mind. We have the Magician. And if you notice, the Magician was like half, like this way, right? This way. And I don't mind that, because right below it is also the Magician. Is complete awareness. Yeah, of what? Of the tools that are available to me as I begin a new journey, right? But I'm willing, and I am going to take the steps, okay? The Magician, again, could be completely reversed, but he's not. So I feel like coming over the Eight of Cups is great energy, because I feel, you know, we could say this is a magician just tricking your mind. And that is the case, you know, just keeps tricking my mind. Maybe this King of Cups keeps tricking my mind. But also, this is the Magician. And with the Magician comes your tools that you have acquired through many lessons you have learned, whether it be in this lifetime, past lifetimes, right? You know, this is a challenge, but in the same breath, it's a lesson. So I feel like when the awareness comes, and I do feel like it will, I feel then, well, let's see. Look at that. We have the Sun. You know, number one, what's the Sun talking about? Being able to see clearly, right? The sun is out. I can see everything in front of me. It's not foggy, right? It's not raining. The sun is out over my head, over my thoughts. I mean, you're truly having some type of awareness. And for many of you, I just have to say, because just of the connection I'm seeing, beware of an offer that just keeps coming back, or someone who just keeps coming back. And, you know, I feel like, though, you're going to turn your back on that energy, and because you're looking for someone solid. It's what you want. Doesn't mean that's what you have, though, right? So, you know, who can change that? You, if you choose, right? This is, again, awareness, and again, I feel like these pentacles, like raining down, it's like coming from your guides, like signs, like nudges, like, you know, like you're seeing weird things at weird times, and maybe it's a pattern, and you got to put it together. You know, what's it do? It refocuses the mind, because truly that's what needs to happen here, is the refocus of the mind. It's like the mind needs calibrated, right? And then you have the sun. Now I see it. Now I get it. Now I get it, right? Now I get what this tower, why the tower keeps happening. You can look at that also as this is why now I kind of get, not kind of, I get it within the sun of why my energy and my life and the things around me, the people around me are just low, and you're like, ugh, right? Well, what do I have to do? It's within your own mind. You know, you have the ability to change your life at any time, right? We have to, it's thinking that I can't, which stops me. You know, the Fool just representing, like, yes, you can. It may require a sacrifice, but what comes after is solid, right? So maybe I sacrifice one thing, and then as I start going down that line, that solidness I'm looking for, right? But it says, you know, it almost says like you need to feel your independent self, and you need to begin by taking step 1, and then step 2, and then step 3, and stop worrying about what the finish line looks like, and think about today, right? Awareness. What do I need to do today? What do I need to do tomorrow? You know, that's being present. Anyway, I love that the sun is here. Of course, that's the energy of Leo. And we have the Queen of Wands. So there you are, as the Queen, as you should be, right? As you should be, right next to the sun. Right, but you know, what's right above you? The Three of Wands. What does that mean? It means, again, I have all this mental energy over here and over here. I have all this energy moving forward towards my passion, what I want. What I want. I'm tired of doing what it is you want. What do I want? Right? That type of energy. And because I feel like you're totally turning your back on what keeps reoccurring. But I don't know if that comes without at least reflecting, you know, and seeing it for what it truly is, right? And understanding that part of that is within the mind, and maybe it's just you accepting. You know, I'm looking at that Four of Cups. Maybe it's just the fact that you're accepting the way things are. Maybe you're stuck working with, I don't know, you know, someone's stopping your individuality, and it's like, no. The Fool's like, no, I know I'm meant for more. And it's like, you know, and then it feels like I start to get there, and bam, here comes this Knight of Cups, right? Someone's moving fast, promising the world. But you have your back to that now. It's funny because as we move along, now you have your back to it, and you're looking at the energy, especially if it's partnership, where now I want someone who's solid. Solid. Whatever that means to you. And this King of Cups, I have to say, I feel like is part of, you know, maybe can help and can, you know, I don't know. Let's pull a couple cards just on him. So we have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Knight of Wands about his energy that comes in towards you, right? You know, it's almost like I'm saying, it's almost like I feel like I'm the King of Cups, and what I'm trying to say to you is the truth, right? I want you to know the truth. Truth of what? The truth of who you are. And, you know, stop looking for the finish line and just take it and just go step by step. This is about living the life that you want, that you choose. You know, if you're stuck with someone who's flirty and this and that, and you hate it, I hate it, right? You don't like it. You know, I'm looking for someone who's more solid, that type of energy. Then make that plan, right? Make that plan. Anyways, you show up as the Queen of Wands with optimism above you. What's underneath you? Love begins. It's the Ace of Cups. Well, hello, lovers. Wow. So, it's a card of Gemini. Look at the two of them. It's funny because it's falling below the King of Pentacles. And again, I'm not even talking about Earth. I'm talking about the qualities. You know, almost like meeting and matching the energies of the true Queen or King of Wands. The true, right? When I'm in my best light. And I feel like this is within the lovers is the energy where it matches, right? Because this is following the sun. Okay, wow. And, well, I don't know, fulfillment and wishes. So are you accepting one type of guy or girl when you know maybe they're no good for you? You know, turn your back on these things. And, you know, if you're looking for solidarity, a strong foundation, I feel like it can be had. Seven of Wands coming over, fulfillment of wishes. So maybe not everybody wants you to have what you want to have. Maybe you feel like you got to defend what it is that you want, what you want to do. You know, do you have to? I don't know. We have the Three of Cups, and we have the Empress. It's funny. It's like, it's almost like mother and my sisters, like, you know. Yet, I have to tell you also, I love that the Empress is coming over the energy of awareness, and with the Magician, and I mean, just if I keep going, connected to the sun, I feel like, because I get a lot of mothers and fathers who have crossed, who I feel like come through almost as a reminder of who you are, so you can live. You know what? Why? It's because everyone wants you to live a passionate life. What does that mean? It means doing the things and being with the people who make me feel passionate. Now, that doesn't mean every single day. I've got to go with the flow of the universe, right? There's going to be challenges, but as I'm aware, these challenges are like molehills. You know, they're not mountains, they're molehills, right? And it's almost like, sweetie, take it step by step, because it exists, right? Here's the Lovers. I don't know, guys, but directly connected to you. At your best. Look at that with the sun beside you. It's like you're being illuminated. And that's exactly what they look like. They look like they're being illuminated. And it says, love begins. Some of you, it's funny, I'm seeing this 3. this may be someone that you become pregnant to, or maybe you already have. And maybe some people don't like it. I don't know. But it certainly seems to fit you. Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. So, is this Empress liking what you're doing? We have the King of Wands. We have the Hangman. So, it's definitely someone, or you, stopping this Ace of Cups. And then we have the Page of Wands. Interesting. I just feel like they're, I don't know, it's like someone is telling you, because it's falling over the Ace of Pentacles, and it's falling over the Magician. It's almost like someone telling you, and maybe it is yourself. You know, maybe because you grew up thinking that type of energy, that you can't have better. But that's wrong. It's just wrong. That's not true. And you have the Sun, like, coming over this 10 of Swords. Maybe it means I need to reflect on it and just understand that if it was coming from other people, maybe my family, I don't know, that still doesn't make it true. Like, I know that I know who I am, right? I know that I'm more than this human body that feels weak right now. I am much more than these thoughts that keep trying to, you know, replay this tower. You know, I've come to accept it. But now, it's just not what I want. You know, I feel like there's a change happening. And because we have to remember all this energy back here before we even get to this energy. So, I don't know. I'm just seeing the Sun coming down on this 10 of Swords. And if nothing else, I feel like it can be talking about, you know, the energy, you taking on the people's energy from younger days. It could just be the world. It doesn't matter. But does it stand between this Ace of Pentacles? I don't think so. Because you have the energy of awareness. It's almost like you have awareness above and awareness below. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. You have the awareness of what is true and what is false. Right? Because what it's been doing, putting you in a hangman position. But guess what? Put a Sagittarius and hang them upside down. Put them in a hangman position. What are they going to do? They're going to start seeking. They're going to start figuring it out. Right? They're not just going to sit there and take it. You know, they're not just going to hang. They're going to be like, okay, what can I do? Why is this happening? You know, what do I need? And sometimes that's what brings you, let's say, back, right? And maybe that's all you needed, because then you have accelerated motion right below that with the Page of Wands. What's the Page of Wands doing? Page of Wands is saying, you know, I'm ready to go out there and see what's out there. I'm ready to put my passion behind something, even though I'm not the queen yet. I don't have full control of this wand yet. That doesn't stop me, right? It doesn't stop me. I want to keep going. Actually, what I want to do is take one card that connects touching the lovers too, because it certainly affects the lovers. Whatever that means. Soulmate, twin flame, you know, but it's someone who matches your energy. Someone who gets you. Someone who loves you for what and who you truly are, and not what you have to pretend to be. Right? These are two people being their authentic selves, no matter what, and love each other for that. Okay, with the Two of Swords that comes between this. Wow. So again, it's a question in my head. And Two of Swords means that I'm using, you know, I'm trying to figure out in my head versus my heart center or my intuition. I'm not listening. But I choose that, right? What am I doing? I'm crossing my heart. I'm putting a blindfold on, so I don't want to see something for what it really is. Maybe I don't want to tell people that this is what I really want to chase, because, but nonetheless, I feel like you do, because you have the Page of Wands there, and she's strong energy over that Two of Swords. You know, maybe you've been wanting to chase love. You know, maybe you've been wanting just to take the journey of just say love and all it can be, and you realize, like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put myself in the highest energy I can, no matter where I stand, and I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna see what comes back to me, but I'm gonna be aware. I'm going to pay attention, so I can see the signs, so I can see how quickly things, with the Eight of Wands, quickly things come back to me. I'm going to test it. It's almost like I want you to give it a test. Test it. Okay, let's pick these up. It's weird how you and Scorpio, I felt like, even with all these cards out, I feel like your reading is not over. I feel like I want to leave the Lovers out for a second. And I want to continue with your reading, to be honest, because I feel like that was the heaviness. But sometimes we've got to take the heaviness. We've got to see it for what it is so that we can change it, right? If we never change it, then how do we expect it for it to ever move? I mean, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, look what's on the bottom of that cup. Two of Cups. So I'm just going to take some cards around the Lovers. And again, remember, this doesn't always have to mean it's talking about a person. It may be talking about a passion that you have. Perhaps you're a painter. And I don't know, I feel like you could do masterpieces. But somebody holds that back. Something holds that back. But you, in somehow, are allowing that. Maybe that just brings you alive. All right. Number 6, so, you know, what does that mean? It means that it required a change. We had to go through the 5, which talks about change, to get to the 6. Well, the 6 to me, right away starts to, well, kind of show me what I need to see to keep going. All right, let's see. We have the 8 of Cups, so that's looking at one's emotional house. We have the 10 of Swords. Wow. So it's looking directly at that 10 of Swords, which was in your reading. So what that talks about is, you know, what other people have said to you, have done to you, that you wear it. You know, like you absorbed it. You absorbed this energy, but you don't need to. You know, we can turn this 10 of Swords around and all the swords fall out. That's how capable you are of getting rid of them. But what's it telling you to look at? It was through the 8 of Cups. So the emotional aspects of my life, it's what I need to look at. I need to find the root. I need to find, was that the truth or was that just their opinion type of energy? Because, you know, this has the energy of the moon. So I don't know all the truths. And maybe that's part of what hurts. Let's keep going. Oh. We have the Ten of Cups. Look at that. The Ten of Cups. Right next to the Ten of Swords. Couldn't be a more different energy. We have Justice. Card of Leaver. Some of you, it is leaving. You know, that sacrifice is talking about leaving something or someone that keeps you off kilter. That doesn't make you feel balanced, right? Certainly doesn't appreciate the qualities within you, your true qualities, your uniqueness. They don't appreciate it that way. So what does that do? That keeps you off kilter. It keeps you from the Nine of Cups if you choose to absorb it. Some of you, it could certainly be a divorce. Whether you want it or you don't want it, you know, but if you look at it, you know what, but it's the best thing, then it's trying to flow through it without absorbing every piece of it. So what do I mean by that? I don't even know. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then we have the Seven of Wands. Again, there's an aggressive energy. I feel like this is saying also, like, if you are fighting something tooth and nail that you want, or I don't know, if there's something you're fighting tooth and nail that really, when you think about it, and this is not everything, it's just not worth it. What that also does is keeps you in this type of energy, this aggressive type of energy, where you don't need to be unless you choose to be. Anyways, justice coming above that, you know, if that means somehow let's get the last cards out before I speak anymore. We have the Four of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles, coming under the King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Again, we have the Four of Cups, coming under the Lovers here. Ten of Swords is above it, and, you know, that talks about what other people have done, but the Ten of Cups is beside it, and what I want to do is I want to take a card, because I don't know if I've gone from here to there, or look at that, I have the Ten of Pentacles, wow. I have the Princess of Pentacles, and I have the Fool. Wow, okay. So I wanted to look at this Ten of Pentacles, and what do I get? The Ten of Swords. What do I get? The Ten of Pentacles. It talks about, and then the Princess walking away from that energy, moving towards the Fool, right? And what's attached to the Fool is the Ten of Cups. So I feel like these are two different energies. I feel like the Ten of Cups is talking about more the Lover's energy, but I feel like you yourself, where this you needing to speak up, and you don't need to, but it's coming, it feels like through the family, right? But it shows you seeking something more. You know, you're seeking exactly what the King of Pentacles, well, where'd he go? He was right there. What he can provide, and that is a strong foundation, because it seems to be important here, right? And the Fool talks about the energy of letting the past be the past, right? Be willing, again, to take that first step. The Fool takes a chance, Takes a chance. Takes a chance at what? At the Prince of Pentacles. At her learning, continue to learn. Whatever she is learning, that, by the way, is helping her build her foundation, right? It's bringing her to the Queen of Pentacles. So, it's funny, you look at the Prince of Pentacles, Princess, going into the Fool. The Fool's looking at the Princess of Pentacles, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles down here. So I feel like you're reaching that fulfillment. What's she connected to? She's connected to the King of Swords. So let's talk about the King of Swords, because he's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but he doesn't have to be. This is someone who, in their light, because we're talking about the light here, especially when we have justice here, right? This is about making us whole again. He talks about honesty and the truth, right? Gives it to you the way it is. Some of you this may be who is in the Lovers, and maybe you start a family together, maybe you combine a family together, maybe you're beginning a search for that, but you're looking for a particular type of energy. Well, think where your energy is at, because that's what you're going to bring back. So let's keep going. It's funny, it's almost like we're doing two-hole spreads. We have the Nine of Wands. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles wants me to put this over her, so I am. Nine of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles. And then we have the Empress. So, I feel like, again, we have the question, right? But we have the ability within the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is all about your ability. It's about where you put your focus. Where you put your focus on, you will grow. Coming over the Queen of Pentacles, she's someone who pays attention to details. I feel like a lot of times she's a business owner. If she's not the owner, she is on her way up. Not even on her way up, she is there. This may be a particular new career I want to begin, and it shows me that I do become exactly what I'm meant to be, right? And maybe that means the Empress. I'm the nurturer, but I have the knowledge. I have the strength, right? I absorbed all the tools as the Empress. Okay. We got a lot of cards, but I feel like these are our last cards. We have Judgment. Judgment coming over, like, where is the card that was above? Oh, that is the card. What am I doing? Anyways, we have Judgment. And Judgment is really coming over Justice, but also the Seven of Wands. I see what I did. Like, I was thinking I missed this line. We have the Magician. Look at that. Again, we have the Magician. Coming over the Lovers and the Four of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. Some of you may be thinking of a journey to someone of yesteryear. Someone that you think about. And listen, Six of Cups is all about thinking happy thoughts. Joyful thoughts. If I'm thinking that I want love of my life, but I don't even know where it's coming from, what it tells you is to use the energy of the alchemist. So you're almost like, I'm not with spells, but it's like creating a spell of love, right? Of the energy. Maybe it's a twin flame for some. But it's through seeing it in, I don't know, I kind of want to say a beautiful way. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. And we have this King of Cups. Well, I'm not surprised the Hermit is here, because I feel like, first of all, what's the Hermit doing? The Hermit is looking at the Six of Cups, shining its light to the Six of Cups. So for some of you, I feel like this is about a journey towards love. I feel like I'm not controlling this. Like, I shouldn't control it, other than know that it's there. Know that it will be, right? Almost here, like I'm putting the spell there, but you're not. Because you already have all the tools in the tool belt. Affinity. You know, touching the lovers. How appropriate. With judgment there. A call to attention. An ask for a rebirth, right? That is the Fool. Be willing to have this rebirth. The rebirth, you know, what does that mean? It's shed your old skin. Shed your skin. So, we have your dreams. Right here, again. We have fulfillment of wishes already in your original spread. And again, we have the energy of your hopes, your dreams, and wishes. And what does this talk about? This really talks about not giving up hope. Not giving up hope. Connected to judgment and connected to the alchemist. Some of you, King of Cups is representing someone with an open heart, right? Someone who, you know, I feel like when the King of Cups is in the light, this is someone who wants to be in a relationship, wants to give their heart. This kind of turned into a love reading, but I hope that those who need it for different things are understanding where the message is coming from. Ultimately, the Nine of Wands is the energy of telling you, you know, if you're asking yourself a question, can I do this? The answer is yes, right? What do I need to give me the best shot? You know, why did I need to plan? You know, maybe it's talking about the Hermit, Princess of Pentacles, seeking knowledge to expand myself. But when I expand myself, I expand the world. I expand another. Can I pull it off? You got everything to do it within you. I guess the answer has to be, it's up to you. And there I'm going to leave it. I feel like this is talking about, for some, a particular person. I feel for others, for those new to sacrifice, I feel like you know exactly what it is. And, you know, it's just telling you that the Ace of Cups exist on your path. You know, look at it as vibrations, as like, vibration 1 is down here. This is the road. These are the options I get, you know, the alleys I get to choose. But vibration 2 is here, which is a little higher, a little easier. It's almost like, you know, where I'm broke here, and here, you know, I'm making ends meet, and here I have a little bit more than I need, you know, and here maybe I'm rich. It's just talking about, I probably shouldn't use money as an example, but it's talking about wherever you put your vibration, that is what's going to meet you back. It's going to meet you back. Don't let someone hold you back. Be willing to sacrifice that keeps pulling this tower in for you. Let it go. If you can. You can. Why did I say if you can? I know you can. If you're willing. That's what I should have said. Okay, let's pull a Mother Mary card for you. I feel like this is a long reading. Look at that, the 9 and the 8 of Swords together. No wonder I was feeling, I don't know. Because I kind of forgot. What did I say when I got in the beginning of this reading? Alright, let's see. Let's see what we need to hear. We have faith. I I have faith in God to heal this situation. So let's read. Okay. The question that you're asking involves a situation that is testing your faith. Nonetheless, this card indicates that more faith is needed. Everything will resolve itself in a divinely ordered way over time, even if presently no solutions are in sight. Prayers are often answered in unexpected ways, as will be the case for this situation. Leave it in the hands of God, who in His infinite wisdom already knows how to resolve everything. God, Mother Mary, and the angels can see your future, and it is bright. Have faith, dear one, so you can enjoy each precious moment on your pathway to your beautiful tomorrow. Gorgeous. Exactly what this reading needed. Faith. I love you guys. I thank you always for just giving me a chance. Just watching my reading. I know that your guides nudge you here. I know that without doubt. But it is up to you if you're going to stay. And I truly, truly appreciate that. I thank you for everything. Your donations, your subscribes, your likes, your beautiful comments, your questions, everything. I just love you. I just love you, period. Okay, so hopefully you see this reading for what it is and you're able to see that 9 and 8 of Swords energy. The awareness is going to be there for you. Hopefully you'll see that. And I feel like when you do, when you have that awareness, I kind of feel it's life-changing. So I know that you'll be brought to this reading when you're ready to hear it. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.